Hello, good day and welcome to this session on attractiveness of buyers. By the end of this session, you should be able to understand certain things that buyers do which make them less attractive to their suppliers. So, there are certain situations where buyers may seem less attractive to their suppliers, and this would determine their position in terms of the supplier preferencing model, whether the suppliers are seeing them to be exploitable, especially, or nuisance customers, or even development or core. So buyers who make late or incomplete payments, or buyers who negotiate highly unfavorable terms, are likely to be seen as unattractive by suppliers because everybody likes value for money, and the essence of relationship is mutuality and commitment or trust. So if you are consistently making incomplete payments, or you are consistently making late payments, the trust and goodwill that you may have, or the suppliers may perceive that you have, would dwindle, and in the end you become less attractive to your suppliers. Also, if you are noted for negotiating highly favorable terms such that you are only concerned about your interests, suppliers may not want to do business with you and your attractiveness will become low. Then secondly, constant buyers who constantly query, change or dispute order details and terms are also typical buyers who are less attractive to do business with, because essence of mutuality and trust comes to play. And if you are constantly modifying orders, or you are constantly challenging the viability or feasibility of orders, it means you don't trust your supplier. And the moment someone begins to feel untrusted, it threatens the belief and the willingness that they have to interact with you, hence leading to the unattractiveness that arises in the relationship. Then thirdly, buyers who use or demand excessive red tapes or bureaucracy in their ordering procedures, thereby causing delay in authorization, payments, among others, are less attractive because certain processes, if you deal with suppliers, or if you have intention to build long-term relationships with your suppliers, there has to be transparency and there has to be willingness to trust the other party. But if you have strict or rigid systems in place in terms of your orders, in terms of your approvals, in terms of your receipts and inspections, it makes you less attractive in the eyes of the suppliers. Hence, the supplier will be less willing to do business with you. And then buyers whose personnel prove dishonest or unethical in their dealings are also buyers who would not be attractive in the sight of suppliers, because dishonesty is key in closing any doors that have the potential to open for mutual long-term relationships. So if there is dishonesty among your staff, it means you are not having integrity. Therefore, the suppliers would find you unattractive. And then buyers whose personnel are rude, full to sales and service staff would also seem less attractive in the eyes of suppliers, because obviously you are not professional in your dealings, and the essence of commercial dealings, in addition to relationship management, there has to be a sense of professionalism. Then thirdly, a buyer who is excessively litigious is likely to be seen as unattractive in the eyes of suppliers, because the slightest things the suppliers do, you are going to take a legal action against them. You're going to sue them. So if you are known for litigation cases, you have a track record for litigation, it means that nobody would be willing to invest in relationship management with you. Therefore, suppliers will see you as not attractive. Then buyers who have a bad reputation, which would reflect badly on their supplier network. Yes, so if the buyer has a this, as the saying goes, show me your friend and I'll show you your character or something. So if you are in a relationship with a buyer who is noted for a bad reputation, there is a likelihood that every business that deals with a supplier would relate their character or their operations, their bad reputation to you, even though you are not the one that is noted for the bad reputation. So buyers who have a bad reputation are less likely to be associated with suppliers. So if you are less likely to be engaged with as a buyer, or if suppliers see you to be unattractive, it has certain consequences that come with it. It will lead to loss of suppliers who would as a result find more attractive contracts. So if suppliers find more attractive contracts, you would lose your sources of supply because in the end, they don't find you to be attractive. So if they find a better option somewhere else, you are going to lose your sources of supply. And then lower priority for suppliers, leading to poor delivery, information sharing, quality, service quality, and so on. So if you are seen as unattractive, it means that you are categorized as a low priority to the suppliers, and this will lead to you getting poorer delivery. There will be little or no information sharing with you, and the quality of services that suppliers render to you would also become down or become poor. Then they will also charge high prices or give you unfavorable credit terms to compensate suppliers for added cost of doing business with you, because in the end they want to eliminate you from their list of customers. So they'll give you unfavorable terms that will either drive you away or let you change to be better. So there will be more lawsuits if suppliers reflect the customer's litigious approach. This is in situations where the customers themselves or the buyers are more litigious. If you are more litigious, the supplier who also wants to come to your level would also tend to adopt the litigious nature adopted by you. So in the end, there will be more lawsuits and there will be more court actions if the supplier decides to take on the buyer's perspective or the buyer's approach. Then there will be refusal of higher quality suppliers to deal with it or to bid for businesses or to enter into long-term agreement, because nobody would be willing to do business with such unattractive customers. So this session considered factors that suppliers consider before doing business with suppliers, and then the consequences of buyer attractiveness was also discussed in this session.